Continue to arise. The real issue is whether they are to be resolved by force or by resort to peaceful methods and procedures administered by an impartial institution. This very organization itself is the greatest such institution, and it is in a more powerful United Nations that we seek, and it is here that we shall find the assurance of a peaceful future. The words of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I, during his United Nations address on October 4th, 1963. Haile Selassie, born Tafari Makinan in 1892, was named Regent and heir to Ethiopia's throne in 1917, but was too young to assume such an awesome responsibility. During 1917 through 1928, he traveled abroad, the first Ethiopian leader to do so, visiting cities like Rome, London, and Paris. In 1930, when Empress Waditu died, he assumed his role as ruler of Ethiopia, the 111th emperor in the succession of King Solomon. At his coronation on November 2nd, 1930, he took his baptismal name, Haile Selassie, Might of the Trinity. Given to him at his christening as an infant, his full title was His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, elect of God. As an emperor, he established Ethiopia's first written constitution. By 1931, the Bank of Ethiopia was established and the Ethiopian currency was introduced. Despite numerous internal uprisings from factions who opposed his administration, Selassie was able to foster loyalty amongst his subjects by building schools and universities, establishing newspapers, and increasing the availability of electricity, telephone, and public health services. His focus was to modernize Ethiopia to rival that which he saw during his travels in Europe. Juxtaposed to Ethiopia's thriving growth and accomplishments was the threat of Benito Mussolini, who mounted a campaign to strategically attack Ethiopia. Somewhere in December 1934, the Italians provoked an incident which involved an Ethiopian escort to the city of Wawa. When the League of Nations exonerated both parties in 1935, Mussolini embarked on hostilities, invading Ethiopia without declaring war, and though the League of Nations condemned Italy, no action was taken. In an effort to protect the monarchy, the emperor went into exile in Palestine. On May 2, 1936, while he prepared to present a case before the League of Nations in Geneva, Switzerland, he settled in the town of Bath at the Fairfield House, which he donated to the town of Bath as a residence for the aged, which remains so to this day. On June 30th, 1936, when the emperor entered the hall to address the League of Nations assembled in Geneva, a large group of Italian journalists in the galleries erupted in a loud outburst, which was revealed to be orchestrated by the Italian foreign minister. When he finally spoke, he eloquently relayed the need to protect weak nations against the strong, detailing the death and destruction delivered by the Italians and asking the League to live up to its promise of collective security. His eloquent address prophesizing today for Ethiopia, tomorrow for you, moved all who heard it and catapulted him into international fame. He was named Time Magazine's Man of the Year and the toast of the anti-fascists around the world for his efforts towards humanitarianism and Ethiopian sovereignty. Nonetheless, he failed to get the assistance he needed to help his people. It was patriot forces from Ethiopia and the United Kingdom that defeated the Italians, allowing the emperor to return home in 1941. In 1963, the emperor presided over the establishment of the Organization of African Unity, with headquarters in Addis Ababa. He continued to enjoy enormous prestige and respect as an elder statesman. At international events such as the celebration of the 2,500 years of the Persian Empire, summits of the non-aligned movement, and the state funerals of John F. Kennedy and Charles de Gaulle, his travels around the world helped to raise Ethiopia's international image. In an orchestrated effort to undermine the emperor, a BBC documentary revealed a devastating drought in the province of Wollo during 1972 to 1973. This seriously undermined the government and the emperor's popularity. At the same time, economic hardship caused by rising oil prices and widespread military mutinies in the country further weakened his rule. Eventually, the military took advantage of the government's disarray and deposed Emperor Haile Selassie on September 12, 1974. He was placed under house arrest and declared to have died on August 27, 1975, following complications from prostate cancer, a story his doctors deny. Some believed he was suffocated in his sleep. Others believe he never died. However, witnesses came forward after the fall of the Marxist government in 1991 to reveal that the emperor's remains had been buried beneath the president's personal office. And so, on November 5, 2000, Emperor Haile Selassie I was given an imperial funeral by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church.